We are the learners and makers. For our family of 4, 2022 began with a 6-week camping road trip in California. But as we wrap up 2022, our family is no longer in our home. We've left Oregon. We aren't even in North America anymore. As we finish up the year in Vietnam, here's our family travel year in review and how we wound up on another continent.
2022 was a year of dreams coming true. We got to realize some big plans that we have been working toward for over 10 years.
In 2019, we had planned to go to Disneyland in 2020. You can guess what happened next. But in 2022, the 4 of us, along with Jody's sister and brother-in-law, got to go to Disneyland together. It was the first time for Anthony and the kids, and by the end of our week in Anaheim, we had become a full-on Disneyland fan family. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
To let my imagination run free.
To let my imagination run free.
To love the magic of others.
To love the magic of others.
To let the magic in me shine like the sun.
To let the magic in me shine like the sun.
To always be with trusted grown-up.
To always be with a trusted grown-up.
And above all.
And above all.
To learn.
To learn.
To make.
To make.
And to have fun.
And to have fun. After Disney, our adventure continued. We had towed our pop-up camper from Oregon to Southern California. Leaving Disneyland, we spent the next 5 weeks in California. There were some low points, such as when we got into the Mojave Desert and had to abandon the place due to really bad winds, only to make our way to Death Valley after an all-day drive and find nowhere we could camp. But the high points won out. We saw dolphins in the Channel Islands, the kids lawn bowled with their great-grandfather in San Diego, and we hiked among the redwoods in Northern California. Hey Connor.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was quite a sight.
During this 6-week trip, we drove from one end of California to the other and back again, a total of 4,580 miles, but it was just the beginning of something much bigger.
We always knew we wanted to travel the world with our kids. After our California camping trip, we sold the camper. In fact, over the next few months, we sold, donated, rehomed, or otherwise got rid of about 90% of what we owned, including both our cars. We kept our home, though, and are renting it out.
Along with a family tour that summer, we took a train from Oregon to Colorado and later flew to Virginia. After all, we hadn't seen many of our relatives since before the pandemic, and we wanted to visit with as many as we could before leaving the country.
In August, we left our house and started our travels. Over the first month, we traveled in Washington State and even got a little taste of another country with an overnight trip to Victoria, BC in Canada. At the end of September, we spent the next month and a half in Oaxaca, Mexico. In Oaxaca City, we marveled at incredible gardens that represent a small percentage of the state's plant species. And we wandered the ruins of Monte Alban, a hilltop Zapotec city covered in incredible stepped pyramids. On the Pacific coast in Huatulco, Astor got to snorkel for the first time. We also released baby sea turtles into the ocean, observed Dia de Muertos, and honored the 3 grandmothers we've lost over the last few years, and finished out our time in Mexico with a 1-day family boat trip. And then we went to Asia.
November and December have been full circle moments for Anthony. He first visited Thailand and Cambodia in 2003. Here he is. What do you have, Ben?
Somtam green papaya salad, and she made sure to check that I wanted it spicy.
Salad drop!
He's always wanted to return and be part of experiencing these places with Jody and the kids. Now we've gotten to do that. Whether street food and tuk-tuk tours in Bangkok, night markets, cooking classes, and animal tours in Chiang Mai, or incredible temples in Chiang Rai, our month in Thailand pretty much wound up with our entire family being besotted with the land of smiles. We enjoyed Thailand so much, in late January we'll return there for another month.
Our time in Thailand had some sadness too. Our neighbors in Eugene had offered to foster Jasmine, who was going on 20 years old. While in Bangkok, they sent us word that one night, Jasmine had passed away in her sleep.
In December, we spent a week in Siem Reap, Cambodia, for one purpose: Angkor. The abandoned capital in the jungle was at one time the largest city in the world, and it is one of Anthony's favorite places. The incredible temples got us close up with history, ingenuity, and creativity, all amidst amazing stone ruins that have massive trees growing out of them.
Throughout these experiences, much of our regular lives continues. We continue growing our content creation and publishing business via writing, photography, videos, and social media. The kids world school in many different ways. We have been healthy and safe, and hopefully will continue to be. But if and when we have problems, we stick together and help each other.
Got coffee, got fried fruit.
Maybe it's like this place's version of Starbucks.
What do you think, Connor? Is the pineapple good?
I've had many things in this world. I have never had deep fried pineapple before. It will always be with me now.
Like you'll just carry one in your pocket all the time? That sounds gross.
I won't rule it out.
We are finishing 2022 in northern Vietnam. In fact, we're writing this from a second-floor balcony by the Son River in Phang Nga, a small coastal hill town. Today, we're part of a 3-hour boat tour into a 3-million-year-old Phang Nga cave. The river flows through the cave. Even though many parts of the cave have permanent lights to showcase certain rock formations, the ceilings are so high in these vast chambers, the tops are in shadow.
For 2023, our family travel adventures continue. We're planning visits to Vietnam, Legoland Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Japan, including Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea, USA, Canada, and from there, probably Europe. We are also considering buying an RV in the US, such as a small Class C, if you wouldn't mind keeping an ear out in case you hear someone wanting to sell theirs.
We always wanted to show Connor and Astor some of the wider world while they were still kids. We know it's an unusual choice. It's one that's required some sacrifices, and there are things we've said no to so that we could say yes to this experience. We're grateful for your love and support. It's hard to be far away from the people we love, but we also know we're helping our children have experiences and gain perspectives that can serve them well as they become adults. From our hearts to yours, we wish you a happy new year, and we hope you have an amazing 2023 ahead!